he kept beating on him with his fists and everything, and then just gets back up on stage and says Nazis aren't allowed at our show.
No way.
Yeah.
That is intense. Good for them.
Well, who would do that at a Dropkick Murphys show? Who's that dense? You got to read the room.
Yeah. That's just,
Not that there should be any room where that's okay, because there shouldn't be, but also, like, use your head, man.
But you're right. No, that's just insane. Like, why would you do that? Probably the same guy that drop kicked Arnold Schwarzenegger at the thing there last year or whatever. Like, who running drop kicks Arnold Schwarzenegger? Like, the same guy that Sig Heil's at a drop kick Murphy show.
How can you be that dense?
This guy, he's just an idiot. Oh, jeez. Okay,
right, whenever you're ready.
Sorry. May all of my friends be merry and well. Long lives may you live with stories to tell. And the rest of you assholes can all go to hell. As long as my friends be merry and well. So I wrote this just kind of thinking like, if I was in Dropkick Murphys, this is the contribution. This is the song I would have written for him. We come every weekend to settle the score with lives that have failed us. We now declare war. So clean up your rifle and sharpen your knife. And if we be so lucky, a few will survive. A toast I propose to the healthy and strong, to the sick and the dying who can't carry on. So eat, drink, and be merry, my friend. Where your real life sucks ass, so tonight we pretend. May all of my friends be merry and well. Long lives may you live with stories to tell. And the rest of you assholes can all go to hell. As long as my friends be merry and well. Strangers and have never met, let's fight as though brothers and never forget the sadness, the boredom, the big empty space that keeps us all coming back day after day. A toast I propose to the healthy and strong, to the sick and the dying who can't carry on. So where your real life sucks ass, so tonight we pretend. May all of my friends be merry and well. Long lives may you live with stories to tell. And the rest of you assholes can all go to hell. As long as my friends be merry and well. We live like pirates, like knaves. We burn every bridge that we cross on our way. And when we all die, well, the whole town will say, pour all our whiskey and beer in their graves. From Ripley to Maysville to Old Aberdeen, I got friends that are filthy and friends that are clean. Some of us pretty, but most of us not. But all of us special, 'cause we're all we've got. Well, there's always tomorrow, at least that's what they say. That's a big load of crap, you better live for today. 'Cause when the time comes for you to breathe your last breath, you can die with a smile and not one damn regret. May all of my friends be merry and well. Long lives may you live with stories to tell. If the night turns out right, we'll be locked in a cell. May all of my friends be merry and well. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Man, you're killing it with the audience, 100% every time.
That's good. That's the first time. That's the first time that's ever happened.
It's really cool that you can do that with your voice, though, because like accents are way harder than everyone makes them out to be, and then singing is harder than people make it out to be. They're bunch of people that just ruin videos on the internet. Like, if you ever watch like a band live and then like somebody's next to them is screaming, drunk and screaming the whole time. Singing's hard.
Yes. I hate that. Yeah, definitely happens.
But yeah, singing with an accent, two hard things put together, and just kudos to you, because that's, very tough.
Thank you. I will credit that with, I like language learning. I was a Spanish major, and then in the Army they sent me to learn Arabic, so I learned Arabic, and then in my current job I went to school to learn Burmese, so I've learned several languages, and I found when learning a language it was easy if I would just try to exaggerate whatever stereotypical, whatever the stereotypical thing was to say in that language. Spanish, you can imagine, in French, oui, oh. Like, I would do that stuff when I'm learning, or German, I've learned a little bit of German. So singing, like, the same thing. I would just try to exaggerate whatever.
What you think that these, other languages sound like. That's really smart.
Then you have to not be embarrassed, because you're going to sound like an idiot sometimes.
Yeah. But that's everything in, performing.
That's right.
There's, like,
you gotta put it out there.
There are actors that look like idiots. There's, like, musicians that, I watched an audio, not an audio tree session. It was some kind of live session, and the top comment was, these guys look like they don't know what to do, like, with their feet, But you gotta put it out there, because you gotta, that's how you learn.
That's right. That is exactly how you learn.
Yeah, you get out there, you try things. It doesn't always work, but then you machine learning from that, what works, what doesn't, and then move towards this goal,
That's right. That's exactly right. Everything in life is like that. That's absolutely right.
How many languages do you think you know?
I know Spanish okay. Like, my Spanish is pretty solid. English I'm working on.
Okay.
The Appalachian, I'm pretty good at Appalachian English. And my Burmese, actually, I lived in Burma for 2 years. And the closest I've ever come to musical success, I would say, or fame. And I learned a very popular Burmese song, like a rock song, a hard rock song. And I played it in front of these temples, these Buddhist temples over there on a ukulele. And I got 1 million views.
Really?
And when I would go places in the country, like, people would recognize me, because
awesome.
I was the only white guy that sings in Burmese. So they'd be like, they would call me the American Myoji. Myoji was the name of this guy that sang the song. So I'd go to the mall and people would want pictures taken with me, and they'd be like,
awesome.
"Oh, it's American Myoji."
That's cool.
And so it was a great experience for me. And they're so nice. The people were so nice and so wonderful anyway. But yeah, having that happen, and it like brought the song. The song was old. It was like 10 years old, and it actually like gave new life to that song.
That's
so
awesome.
it was cool.
There's a not to bring it back to the Dinosaur Jr. thing, but one of their songs from the '90s just for some reason got very popular in Japan. It was like the #1 song in Japan.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one, but it wasn't like one of their big ones or anything. It wasn't like Feel the Pain or anything. It was just one of their random,
just kind of random.
One of their random B-sides just got super big in Japan like last year.
And how is that?
No
don't you
idea.
wonder, like, who started that? It's got to be a DJ or something, right? You would think, or
like maybe it was on a TV show. Or
yeah.
something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's so random.
Cool. So, how many languages would you say you've studied? Like how many?
I've studied. I mean, I got a degree in Spanish, and like I said, my Arabic's okay. And I'm still learning Arabic, and I use it. But it's, I'm like a 4-year-old kid, maybe a 5-year-old kid. Like, that's probably
better than me.
That's probably about
better than most Americans, I'd say.
It's tough. It's a tough language, and Burmese was crazy tough. And then I studied a little bit of German in Ohio University when I went there, and then I went to Germany for a summer and spent a summer studying German. So
that's awesome.
About like David Hasselhoff, probably. Like, he can't, he can sing it, but he can't really speak it. So I could sing some Christmas songs in German, but I feel like I could like open up for David Hasselhoff in Germany, and like no one would know. They'd just be like,
this is the guy.
Yeah, that's the guy that opens for Hasselhoff. Like, so
I always wonder about that. Like, when I saw Metallica, there was no band opening for them, and I was like, that's crazy. Like, why is there no band? And I was like, what band would open for Metallica?
That'd be a tough.
That'd be terrifying.
Yeah, it would.
Because you have to play on their stage that's like a square or a circle that's in the middle instead of like facing everyone.
And I feel like, for any other band, like that doesn't work. The bands never practice like that. They don't know what to do. No. And I feel like, that'd be tough. I saw a band open for Metallica one time, and it was I'm a big Pantera fan, and it was the band Down. I don't know if you know them. The Pantera singer has another band called Down, and he's kind of an egomaniac, as most rockers are, right?
Especially like lead singers and stuff.
Big time, right?
Oh.
I mean, they just are. They're that's just how it is. I've accepted it.
Yeah.
But I could tell that he opening for another band. I mean, obviously Metallica's a million times bigger than his band was. But it was so hard on his ego. Like, I could just see him like suffering the entire show. Like, I kind of felt bad, and then I kind of liked it too. I don't know. It's kind of a sick.
It's like, you should have thicker skin than this, but also this is very enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, it was nice to watch.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was just like, hey, appreciate the fact you're touring with Metallica.
Exactly.
Like, get over it. Jeez Louise.
I feel like even if you're like opening for some band that you like actually isn't as good as you, which is not the case in that sense, like, you're probably touring with the band that's either good or like close to what you do. So it's like, appreciate it. Like, that's cool,
I'll tell you, here's a testament to how awesome the Burmese people are. They have the most popular rock band in that country is a band called Iron Cross. They've been together for 30 years. And I went and saw them. I was a little bit confused because at one point, after the first set, they came back out and had a different singer. And I was like, what's going on here? And then I learned later that this band had 4 lead singers that have been in the band for 30 years. Now, not all of them.
Okay.
Some of them, but they've never like been apart. Like, at first they started out with 2 lead singers, and then they had 3, and now they have 4. But I guess my point is like they get along, and they all love each other and like each other.
Awesome.
And I'm like, that could never happen in America. Yeah. Like Sammy Hagar and David Lee Roth, like they hate each other, right? Like we know that they hate each other so bad, and like. You just know all these bands that get new singers, like, and the bands all hate each other anyway, like you were saying.
Yeah.
But these guys actually love each other and just share.
Yeah.
They rotate who goes on first, who goes on second. They're just like, hey, why don't you go on first? And I'm like, that is so nice. Like, why can't we be like that?
It's this spotlight of being like the lead singer and like the expectations of that being put on a pedestal and everything, and it's just another instrument. Like no one, like a lot of lead singers don't realize that. Like your voice is just one of the other instruments in the band.
That is a great. You know what? That's great. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I think the closest thing I can think of in America is there's a band called The Descendants, and then their lead singer was also like his career. He wanted to do science. Like rock was always just like this thing he did for fun. Like it wasn't what he really wanted to do. And so when he was like away in school, the band wanted to keep going because they did still want to do rock, and so they would get a new singer. But when the original guy wanted to come back, they would just switch. And then he would leave again and go back to school or work for science or whatever, and then the other guy would come back in, and sometimes the second guy changed or whatever. But whenever the main guy wanted to come back,
they would let him come back.
They would just let him come back because he didn't have any animosity between the band. He just like wanted to go and do other things, and
well, that's great.
And when he wanted to come back, he was like, I really want to do this. I'm missing this, and then they would go and do that with him. And there's sometimes when they play together where like, so it'll be like when the lead guy is gone, they're under a different name. They're called All, and they have a different singer. And then
really,
yeah. So it'll be like. All and Descendants are playing, and then like All will be done, and then they all go back stage, and then they all come out, and it's all the same people except for one, except for the singer.
But the band's different. It's a different band at that point.
Technically.
You're right. Oh, I heard a new Killswitch Engage song here recently where they have the Jesse Leach, their original singer, and Howard. I guess they've gone back and forth too, but they have done a song and a video together, and it is awesome. Like in my humble opinion, like it was really good.
That's super cool. I'm glad that like I hope that continues to be a thing where like the lead singer spot is not on this pedestal always, because